Welcome to this lecture on drafting and agreeing flawless overage agreements. I'm Peter Foskett. I am a partner at solicitors firm RWK Goodman, and I have been doing property work and development work in particular for very many years. So really, I thought it'd just be useful at the start to say what I mean when I talk about overage. Basically, it means that in specified circumstances that may occur after land is sold, and typically those circumstances are development, the seller of the land will receive a further payment, usually being a share of the increase in value of the property from the buyer of the land. And that buyer may be the original buyer, or it may be a successor entitled to the original buyer. Sometimes we use the phrase clawback instead of overage. I personally regard those two phrases as meaning the same. Throughout this talk, I probably will refer to overage. I thought, at the start again, I ought to just make it clear, I will talk about the landowner, who is the party who's bought land, and either when they bought the land, overage has been imposed, or they are a successor entitled to that original buyer, and they are the current owners of the land, which is subject to the overage continuing. The overage agreement is the agreement itself imposing the overage obligations, and that might be, typically it's the transfer of the land, or it may be a deed of covenant which is entered into at the same time as the transfer deed. And the other phrase I will use quite regularly is overage beneficiary. By that, I mean the person who is entitled to the overage payment. So again, that normally will be the seller originally, and then if the land has moved on since then, it's the seller at the time the overage was imposed.